Hello, today we're going to do the valve stem seal replacement on a Toyota 1UZ motor. A Toyota 2JZ, 2UZ, 3UZ, they're identical procedures. Just a few tools you're going to need. We'll go over that here shortly. I probably have about $75 worth of tools you'll need. First thing you're going to need is a valve stem puller and a valve stem installer. I think I paid, I think this was only like 20 bucks on Amazon. It's just kind of a no-name puller. It's got a little puller pliers, and it's also got a little driver for driving on your valve stem seals. Next you're going to need, this is a Lyle part number 36050. I think this was around $50. This will both install your keepers on your valve springs as well as remove them. It's kind of two tools in one. I used to, back in the day when I did valve stem, a lot of people are familiar with this kind of old school style. But this is much quicker, this tool here. You're also going to need a little magnetic pickup tool is handy. Obviously some seals. On the 1UZ it lists that the valve stems seals are different on the intake and exhaust. So you have two, you'll have exhaust and intake and exhaust. A little oil, motor oil will work fine too. And a little rubber mallet is handy. We're going to start by replacing this exhaust valve stem seal. The intake valve stem seals, the procedure is identical. The seals are different, there's different part numbers. We're going to start with the Lyle tool 36050. This first tool they give you, it's hollow inside. That'll go right over your valve stem. It's magnetized, so it'll pick up the little keepers. So just take a little rag, ball up a little rag. You're going to put it under the head. That'll keep the valves from pushing out when you push down. All it takes is a rag. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it over our valve stem. I'm just going to push down. Usually you hear a little click and then release. And it's just that simple. Our little keepers are in there. I just removed the keepers. That's why I have a little magnetized tool. It works great for getting these keepers out since the tool is also magnetized. Pull your valve spring out. Now we're going to take our valve stem seal removal tool. We'll put it on the seal. Just put it down in there. Just kind of rock it back and forth. And pulls out. So now we're going to take our new valve stem seal. I just put a little oil in here, just a few drops. Drop on the seal itself too. Now you can put these on with the valves removed, but you can also, the tool allows you to put it with the valves. You can put it on with the valves still in the head. So I'm just going to slide this, start the seal down over the valve stem. Then I'm going to take our little installation tool. You can see this is hollow so that the valve stem steel actually fits down in there so it doesn't ruin it when you drive it on. It's also real deep in there so the valve stem can go up in there. So we're just going to put that onto the seal. We're going to push that down. Now you can kind of feel them, sometimes feel them click in. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes I do take a little mallet. You don't want to go too hard that you deform the seal, but you can kind of feel it bottom out. Okay. We're going to put our valve spring back in. We're going to put our little keepers. This is probably the trickiest part of the whole thing, getting these little keepers in here. So we're going to just kind of put those in. Okay, we got our little keepers back in there. We're going to place that on the valve spring. Now we're going to use the other tool. This is a little spring-loaded thing. You're just going to take that, you're going to put it in between the keepers and on top of the retainer. We're just going to push this all the way down. I push it till it bottoms out. So we're going to push this down. Then I just kind of go in little circles as I'm releasing. Kind of helps the keepers to seat down in. Now you can see, make sure both your keepers are level. Once in a while one of the keepers will go into the groove and one won't. In that case you just got to do it over. And that's all there is to it. Just repeat it for the rest of the valves and the cylinder head. Thanks for watching, and please click subscribe below. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it over our valve stem. I'm just going to push down. Usually you hear a little click, and then release. And it's just that simple. Our little keepers are in there. I just removed the keepers. That's why I have a little magnetized tool that works great.